Lady of the faucets, let's get it.
Woo! Oh, yeah. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the chart. In the loot, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. With a drip and pause. Got these dogs and pickers, farm me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the shore. I'm up to the core. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches.
Yeah, welcome to R2R Back to Riches live stream, episode number 50. Pound the like button. We're dual streaming right now, guys. So we're on YouTube, we're on X as well. So if you're on YouTube, post notifications, subscribe, post a comment, all that good stuff. Hop over if you're on X as well. Retweet it, post all your hashtags, TITANX, hashtag DragonX, hashtag HYDRA, all the hashtags build on TITANX. Get that going over there on X so people will see that we're streaming live today. We're going to talk about HYDRA Mining Frenzy time, right? What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Well, first of all, before we go any further, I am not a financial advisor. I am for damn sure not a professional. This is cryptocurrency. You must do your own research. Don't ever allow an influencer on any social media platform out there to influence you when it comes to cryptocurrency. You could lose it all. So with that being said, the show must go on. Must go on. So what is today? Happy Taco Tuesday, everybody. Damn. Time is going by fast. Next thing you know, Halloween's over and we're on our way to Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's over. We're on Black Friday shopping. And then, Christmas and then 2025. What is that going to look like, guys? What is that going to look like? 2025 in crypto. I can tell you for the TITANX ecosystem, things are looking extremely bullish, exciting. I don't even want to use the word bullish. It's looking more like it was done on purpose. It was designed to be where we're at today, and it's designed to be where we're going to be in the next 30 days, which is a hyper-deflationary ecosystem that is heavily bonded to TITANX that will be completely hyperdeflationary. If you don't believe those numbers, in the description of this video, Mike Dean, it's got his premium package. Sign up for it so you know what's going on and why it helps me come up with the HYDRA strategies as well that I'm going to be doing, because you're going to be able to see things here that you can't just find on the internet unless you got the premium package, all right? So let's take a look at how close we are to really being in a hyper-deflationary ecosystem, heavily bonded to TITANX, right? So next month is the last big month. Obviously, if you take a look here, it breaks down the rest of October, November. You see there's billions of tokens coming out on days, not trillions, right? The overall month's got the 4.14 trillion. But then you go to December, it's 160 billion TITANX that comes out in the month of December. That's nothing. I might know a guy who has that many tokens, to be honest with you. I might know someone who has 160 billion between some wallets. I think I know a guy. Let's get to the comments, though. Yeah, dog, check out Crypto Mistrips. Sue Trump, my bro. I'll check. I think I saw something about that the other day. Did you early end any miners to take profit? No, I did not. I don't plan on doing that, but I got a strategy. Or do you do short-term ladders? So that's what we're going to talk about today, actually, right? So when I'm going to talk about the Hydra miners today and my strategy, it has a lot to do with what's going on with TITANX, going completely hyper deflationary at the end of November, going to December, where there's 120 billion tokens coming out in December, 3.39 billion TITANX in January. So 2025 is like the big wake up call. Like, there ain't nothing coming out as far as TITANX. And this is where the machines starting in December start to outpace users. And users will be fighting and struggling to get as much TITANX as they can, because as the bull market continues to kind of stall out, traditionally bull markets happen. I've always believed and do still believe that they'll happen heading into whatchamacallit, after the presidential elections. But these numbers here are crazy. Let's take a look here. Jake is streaming right now. Oh, okay. We only got 25 people. So let me take a look if I'll pull him up here on another. Jake is streaming with who? Mo? Ah, okay. I can see right now.
Handful that have
See what these guys talking about.
multi-cycle bull runs. Ethereum being one of them. BNB. You know that you have your what I call the blue chips, right? Even like if you look at Hex it dropped 99% and it hasn't really come back. Like if you look at Hex on Ethereum, it's still down massively. Yes, I know there's a new Hex now on Pulse Chain, and I think that's going to perform really well this cycle. But even Hex, something like Hex, it never came back because I think the adoption didn't really hold because there wasn't really that much of an incentive for it to hold. Like staking, for me, like, I don't really care about staking. I mentioned to Mo, like if you get
I had to cut homie off right there. Let me tell you why. Because of what he simply just said right there. I don't care about staking. And he's talking about Hex. He's also talking about Hex during a bear market that we have yet to come out of yet. Is Bitcoin above $69,000? The 69,000 Judas candle wick? Is it above it yet? Has it held? But when it comes to Hex, here's how you know when to shut someone. Just, you don't argue with them. You just walk away like, whoa, bro. He says, I don't care about staking. Hex. Do you understand T-shares? I know he doesn't understand T-shares. So someone who doesn't understand T-shares couldn't possibly understand TITANX 280-day miners. I highly doubt that whoever that guy is, I don't know. I don't even need to know his name or go any further in listening, because I don't listen to people that know way less than me. I listen to people that I can gain knowledge from because I want to pick brains of smarter people. But once he said, I don't care about Hex staking, I was like, boop, you're done. You don't understand T-shares, homie. How are you going to understand T-rank bonuses and everything that was designed similar to Hex with TITANX, but minors and major differences? So I couldn't listen any further. If Jake was talking, I'd listen though. But he don't care about staking Hex. That's how you made oh my God, how much money you would have made, like people like myself did early days of Hex, staking it in the first year, especially during big payday. How much more you made on top of the additional, on top of the 10,000x just for staking? That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Maybe he don't know. How do you feel about Jake trying to distance the ecosystem from Hex? I mean, I don't see why he would want to have any connection. There's Pulse Chain. There's Ethereum. TITANX was built on Ethereum. If it was built on Pulse Chain, it would not be as massive as it is today, hands down. So Ethereum is the place to be. That's where the volume's at. That's where TITANX is at. It was the best place he could have possibly created a home for TITANX and all the ecosystems that built on top of it. So other than I know he's sacrificed and he's disappointed with the outcome thus far, I think Jake knows more than anybody that the delayed gratifications of his system he built was a shorter time frame of what you would have to wait for, the launch, since PulseX and Pulse Chain and all that stuff is much longer. But he knows the longer he waits, the better the odds are for things to turn around. Hex clips don't care. Even though 95% of the people here hold or have held Hex or Pulse. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big player in Hex in the entire Pulse Chain ecosystem. If Jake has an opinion that he doesn't care too much or wants to distance from that, I don't got a problem with it. Flipped an imaginary coin and chose R2R live. Replay Jake and then kindness stream. I appreciate you coming here. Mo's streaming, Jake's talking. I would love to have heard Jake, but one told me when the ball head started talking, I was just like, I don't want no part of that, bro. I don't need to hear stuff that's coming from somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. Once I heard, I don't care about hex staking, see ya. You ain't very in tuned. You got to do some homework. T-shares. That's why T-rank bonuses, even up to my 280-day miners, people that are making miners now are giving me T-rank bonuses on my miners I haven't collected yet. 280 days later almost, right? I'm still earning T-rank bonuses on the people that are now believing to make TITANX miners. But here's the thing. So we're going super hyperinflationary. This is something we've never seen in a cryptocurrency before, as far as like smart contracts and coming and buying everything that's off the market. So when we jump to HYDRA, right? This is the game plan. This is the game plan from here on out. Is I take a look and I go, the short-term strategy on TITANX worked great, right? Short-term miners, I could have done 280-day miners. I did 30-day miners and made a ton of money. That stopped working for the simple fact that inflation was increasing. So the price started going down, so ROIs went negative, right? But we're in a different time period with the same concept as making miners, except it's between 1 to 88 days with HYDRA and Hyper. Keep this in mind. So the simple fact that you don't have that length amount of time, like 280 days to commit, the highest commitment is 88 days. And the period we're in between now and where it goes, like no tokens are coming out in January. So I feel safe making 88-day miners in HYDRA every single day that would come out 88 days from now. So let me just Google really quick. 88 days from now, that would be January the 18th, right? January the 18th. So if I were to stick with my prediction that the bull market will have come and gone and end March 2025, I feel comfortable making 88-day miners for at least the next 2 to 3 weeks, right? But in the short term, because November is going to be a month where not only do we start to see the benefit of day 369 Ethereum get painted out to DragonX, and DragonX becomes hyperdeflationary with the ETH it's going to use to be burned, but also HYDRA is heavily bonded to DragonX. DragonX is heavily bonded to TITANX. Two hyperdeflationary assets that will go up in value and bring the value of HYDRA with it. So why is HYDRA my main focus right now on making everyday long-term miners and everyday short-term miners? It's for the simple fact that you can't really beat it down much. It's $1.9 million market cap. Its supply, because of, we'll take a look here, what's going on with the buy and burn, it's got a lot of money that's buying and burning. Every 33 minutes, $7,128 is purchased in DragonX, right? Sent here, and $2,954 is burned every 30 minutes, which that value can double, 2, 3, 4x in value as time goes on. So I'm timing my miners to start to come out from mid-November, my short-term miners, and understanding that not only do I get that TITANX out of my hands to make these miners so I don't sell it or do anything silly by going into all these platforms, I'm going to stick to the core. And what has become part of the core? Well, what has been part of the core is obviously, you started off at TITANX, Hyper came, HYDRA came, Vault came, right? So that's the core. Now, Vault's going to have Viper. Vault's going to have different pillars. They're going to help different types of things. And I'd love ORX. So I am minting daily ORX. That's my foundation. Now, yes, Viper's coming. But if every step of the way where Viper comes, and then you got gold, you got all these different pillars that help ultimately vault. Why do I need to leave vault? I don't. I let every user chase that dream, make tons of money, bring the price of DragonX, because Viper is going to utilize DragonX. The use of DragonX with the Viper contract is going to support Vault. Ultimately, people are going to be buying DragonX to participate. That's going to bring the price up. Ultimately, everything is going to help HYDRA. HYDRA is a $1.9 million market cap, $2.2 million in liquidity. This could fly when big purchases happen. It did when people saw farming come and they bought HYDRA off the market to yield farm in the Titan farms. You're going to see people of anything built. I think Steve is building for HYDRA as well. So you see people buying HYDRA for that. So I think the price is going to go up tremendously. A huge amount of room for market cap. A 5x brings us to 10 million. A 10x brings us to 20 million. So a 30x would bring us to 60 million. Where we're seeing everything headed, a 60 to $100 million market cap is extremely easily could be accomplished with HYDRA. So understanding what's going to take place in the month of November, I'm okay coming to the mining page here and seeing 88 days, 100 power, that's 299% ROI. If I want to make a, let's say, a miner that comes out on Thanksgiving from today, Thanksgiving Day, that's 37 days, right? Let's say you only want to spend $500, right? Boom, $500. So you earn 78.18% at this given time at a market cap of 1.9 million. By the time Thanksgiving comes in about a month or so, about a little bit over a month, HYDRA market cap can easily be from 2 million to 4 million, even 5, 7, or $10 million, because the entire ecosystem is going to go through a hyper deflationary phase with not only TITANX, but DragonX. And the pillars of Vault are going to help DragonX, on addition to day 369 Ethereum payout, to help it go hyper deflationary. So you're going to see the stats here. If you go to the stats page, you're going to see this supply start to shrink, right? And that's the main objective. That's going to help DragonX go to the next levels, the next legs up, in multiples. Same with TITANX. So anything that's bonded to these assets will go up Hart's Law, right? And the thing I like about HYDRA is, again, I want to focus on the fact that the market cap is so freaking tiny. It has so much room for growth, has so much that will be not only built around DragonX and TITANX, where they're all bonded to each other, and this is bonded to DragonX, but Steve's building something for HYDRA as well. More people will build on HYDRA, considering the things that have been coming out, build on TITANX. They're starting to build on all these other tokens. So I suspect what I'm going to do is start on what I have been doing is starting on Thanksgiving Day. I want to get 2 miners on 2 different wallets, 1 miner coming out from Thanksgiving every day all the way to the end of the year, and keep working that to come out all the way till mid-February. And if the bull market is delayed and I'm wrong about March 2025, I'll see that by then I could continue to make miners. Maybe the bull market goes all of 2025. I don't know. I can only speculate, right? So I look at this number here, 37 days from now, I'm not in the red. I'm still 78. Even if you wanted to kick it down 10 days, you're still at a 31% increase on the value it is today on a 27-day miner. So you can start sooner. And there's going to be a lot of hype around the entire ecosystem because of the inflationary aspect. Let's see. Yeah, man, it's been a lot of lower alpha characters popping up on streams lately, but if we're going to win, that's who comes in next. Yeah, like a lot of lower alpha. Yeah, you know what? There's I'm seeing people that are new. It's great, but like I said, I watched the stream. I would have been sitting here watching the stream with you guys on my stream, but once I heard somebody say not interested in staking Hex, I'm like, why do you have it? Do a 30-day stake. You can't hold the crypto for 30 days and make some interest. That's silly. You've never paid your future self if you don't understand T-shares. And if you never made it in Hex, you ain't gonna make it in TITANX. I'll tell you that right now. How did you make it? How the people that are gonna make it in TITANX that didn't participate early on 280-day miners are gonna be the ones that bought the low when it just came in August, right? July before August. They bought the lows. They'll win. But the people that won regardless from paying their future selves with 280-day miners didn't have to worry about timing the market and the lows. They won because of the decision they made early on, saying, I am going to pay my future self. I saw it with Hex, made millions of dollars with Hex. I saw this opportunity with TITANX. So that's like somebody saying, I'm not interested in making miners. For anything else that's here, like HYDRA and Hyper, like, no, man, these are things that are going to be very valuable to you to do it in a timely fashion, especially when you have Mike Dean's premium package. We can come here and say, okay, Thomas, well, show me that if you start bringing in, let's say, a 37-day miner for HYDRA, show me what the inflation looks like. I'll show you right now. We'll take a look on camera. So Thanksgiving Day is November 28th, November the 28th, right? So let's see what November 28th, 41.7 billion HYDRA comes out on November the 28th, 2024. That's nothing if you look at the charts for when it starts to become December, and then boom, that one big day, 3.93 trillion, and it starts to die off. I think people stopped making miners on HYDRA. It had a big frenzy. People still do, but the mass majority stopped. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. They are on all the other hypes. Vault. They're on, maybe they're doing Alien X. There's not enough TITANX. The reason why you don't have enough TITANX is there's not enough to go around. So I've consolidated my decisions on the cores, right? I'm still making miners for Hyper, HYDRA. I'm not making miners on TITANX. The thing for me is, like, I can make Hyper miners. I don't need to do a TITANX miner. Would it make sense for the little bit you get? We could probably have a better swap ratio on compounding your Hyper miners, which is why Jake made it, right? Jake's not going to say, hey, don't make TITANX miners, because he's probably like, okay, cool. But let's take a look. I believe the buy and burn for TITANX is going to be done soon. Let me take a look here. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I think you can hear me now. I hope you can hear me now. I hope you can hear me now. Let's see. Yes or why? I don't know what he's saying. All good. So what I was saying is that the buy and burn for V2 is going to be done in about 11 days at this rate. V2 fast release will be done. No more ETH. If it continues to burn at this rate, it's about 11 days. V1's in the back pocket, but the reason why none of that matters, whatsoever at this given moment, is because of the fact that not only do you have Hydra, for example, the top spot in the ranking, has 12.5 million TITANX set up to buy and burn, has $3.1 million in TITANX in the Vortex. But if you go to the stats page, the entire ecosystem by design is here to replace V1 and V2. All these systems here are meant to take TITANX off the market, just like V2 fast release. So you don't need it anymore. It's become obsolete once it's done in 11 days. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It was nice knowing you. Thank you for everything you've done. Right? All these here continuing to work and grow to do what V2 has been doing for about a year now. We're going on a year now. It will end right after the 1 year mark that it's been around. So with that being said, these will continue to utilize TITANX and do the job of V2 with V1 in the back pocket to be used whenever that might be. Maybe Jake doesn't use it until a bear market. Who knows? Who knows? But there will be more build on TITANX. There'll be more this and that. And it's a beautiful thing. So it's not like V2 coming to an end was a big deal like it was early 2024. Oh, what happens when V2 empties? We'll turn on V1. Nobody cares anymore. Nobody even talks about V1 and V2 buy and burn anymore. This will be done in 11 days. And this, no one cares. It's just like there in like a savings account. Like just in case we forget, we can use it whenever, Jake wants to do that. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's a lot. Column white paper out in 10 minutes for Phoenix. I haven't heard of Phoenix. I don't know what Phoenix is. Can you explain how the buy and burn works on HYDRA, including Vortex? Yeah. Let's cover that. In case you guys don't know how the buy and burn works, right? Okay, here's how it works. In order to make your HYDRA miners, right? Follow me here. It requires TITANX. All right. A percentage of that TITANX goes to the buy and burn, right? So right here, it takes in the Ethereum. You can highlight this. So TITANX that's used gets put here into this contract. This contract here has 12.5 million TITANX. That's like 9.2 billion TITANX total. What it does is every 33 minutes, you can call this function and use, what does it come out to be? 5.3 billion TITANX, which is $7,178 of TITANX, will then buy DragonX off the market. That DragonX that gets bought off the market every 33 minutes gets sent to the HYDRA buy and burn, where it sits here. Right now, there's $1 million of DragonX that has already been bought with the TITANX that was used from creating miners. Now it sits here. Every 30 minutes, 188 million DragonX every 30 minutes buys and burns HYDRA off the market. That value is $2,954. As DragonX goes up, the value of this goes up. Same with TITANX. The Vortex gets triggered every 98 days. So consider this like a savings deposit. Keeps it in the back pocket. Right now, it has $3.1 million of TITANX. That's 2.3 trillion TITANX. When it's triggered, it doesn't get used to market buy DragonX, that TITANX. That TITANX simply gets shot here back into the beginning phase, right? So if this was still 12.5 million, it would shoot 3.1 million and it would be worth 15.6 million. with what got sent directly after 98 days, boom here, which again rotates from buying TITANX to buying DragonX to the DragonX being sent here, every 30 minutes being called to buy HYDRA and burning it off the market. The bottom section has the DragonX. When it's 98-day triggered, it just simply shoots the DragonX straight to the HYDRA buy and burn. And everything cycles in intervals right here. You can see these callable functions change at any given time. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Todd Serber, what's good? What's good? So this strategy that I'm telling you too as well, I believe is going to pay off. I think that I'll make like a 37-day, let's say I make a 37-day power, 37-day miner, and I'm at 73.77. I think by the time I collect that on Thanksgiving, this could be 150% ROI. So I'll have made an additional 2x on that probably on ROI. That's what I'm predicting. That's what I'm speculating. By that time, that will happen. So we'll see. We shall see. And this strategy can be used with Hyper as well, right? Let me bring up Hyper and show you what's going on there. And why I choose to do Hyper versus TITANX. I think TITANX was meant to be sunsetted as far as making new miners because Hyper was made to compound. Jake's already said it. So the proof is already in the butter as far the proof is in the pudding, right? As far as that. So 214% ROI for 0.2 ETH. This never goes up in price. So let's say I do it day 37, right? Keep it 0.2 ETH, 40%. So $521 turns to $730. We'll look at the overall market cap. Well, there's tons of room to grow. Tons of room to grow for Hyper and HYDRA. All it can do really from these points is go up. I mean, it can go down a little bit here and there, a little volatility. But then it has no other way out but up. $4.4 million market cap. Get out of here. Look at that steady just chart of just slow growth, right? Look at the ratio too between Hyper and TITANX. 1 to 2.24. Got to look at that stuff. It's important. Don't see or hear you. You guys don't see or hear me? Can somebody confirm? Do not see or hear me. Huh. Check my phone. Check my phone. Somebody confirm if you can see or hear me, please. You can. All right. You can.
On Pulse Chain and starting.
Oh, I know that guy who's talking on there. He's Panos. He's Panos. He I know who that guy is. He talks about Hex a lot. All right. The fact that he don't know, holy smokes. Oh man. Easy stuff. Should we go back? Let's see what they're talking about now. Let me play a little nice. Be a little nice. We'll head back.
I love how enthusiastic they are. I hold PDI myself because I think the narrative is fun. I don't believe it, but just like I don't believe that SPX is going to flip the stock market, but I'm heavy into SPX on Solana because I love the whole movement behind it. Right? I know it's not going to flip the stock market, but it's going to do well because of that movement. So with the whole Pulse Chain meme coin ecosystem, it's growing, but it doesn't have that massive.
Anyways, I don't know, man. I don't know what to talk. You know what? It'd be nice to get Jake on here. You guys gotta get out there and get Jake. Jake, we connected on Mo's stream. We talked, apologized. We kind of, made things right. He still don't follow me on Twitter. He goes on the same streams. If he comes on mine, I got communities from. I've come from many different communities. So get on them. Tell them, come on R2R, man. Come on R2R. Maybe he will. I had the same offer for DeFi. Steve DeFi, shut me down. Eric's got me blocked. So like, I'm that guy that's really, the community accepts me, but they really at the certain level they don't. Right. I got you guys that will watch me and support me, which I love, and really want to go the extra mile for you guys to, open your minds and think outside the box. But some of these dudes don't want to talk to me, and I'm supposed to talk, I think, this weekend at the conference. I'm on there, but for me, I'm like, I'm at the point where I'm going to keep doing my thing, but I know what's going on. I'll never get acceptance. There's like a certain point, right, where it's like, what could I do? I talk about Hydra, talk about Titan Farms. Eric was a smart, like, marketer. He'd be like, okay, you do contribute something. You do have an audience. Like, let's, for the greater good. Jake too would come on here, so anyone is invited. I try to get the Blaze team, all those people, and they're just like, they're saying one thing and then they just never get back. So it's like, whatever. It is what it is, man. Am I going to be talking this weekend? I think maybe not. The weekends are for family, bro. The weekends are for family. So if it's on like super late, there's a possibility. But I got things going on with the kids, so don't get too much time on my hands. Anyways, Hyper. So yeah, I'm going to be doing the strategy too. You can see what Hyper typing in the numbers, man. You can even go far, like, take a look here. Just play with it a little bit. Hydra miners, 15-day miner is not an ROI, right? 20-day miner, not an ROI. 25-day miner, ROI. 22-day miner, ROI. So, we'll see. I'm going to just keep it 27 and up. How many days is 27 days? I don't know, but this is going to be the strategy. In addition to that, every single day, I'm making my ORX mints, right? Is this the wallet I'm on? No. Let me switch. I got multiple wallets that I'm doing right now, but this is the one that I've been sharing on camera, right? So my goal is 10 billion on this wallet. You can see here, like, the ROI calculator is banging now. I love it. You come here and type in, example, like, okay, maybe I want to do 10 billion TITANX, right? Estimated ORX at the end of the 52-week period. The price of ORX right now, TITANX per ORX on market, estimated TITANX, and your value, 983,000, estimated ROI of $7,182. The test net for this bad boy right now is live for providing collateral and lending and all that good stuff. I would check it out. It's going to be a big contribution to the entire ecosystems. Todd Server, they're afraid of you. You might ask them hard questions or make them look bad. They stick with hype interviewers. Yeah, I thought that. I mean, because here's the thing, bro. If I get any of these guys on my channel, like, to talk to me, I am going to ask the hard questions. I'm going to ask the questions that probably nobody wants to ask. I think one thing that I'll talk about too is words going around about B roots, right? Good old B roots for the pulse chain. Calling TITANX a Ponzi, right? And B roots is a big figure. He's telling his people TITANX is a Ponzi. Now, most people will say, if you're heavy in TITANX like myself, especially on camera, would be like, he's jealous. He didn't get in early. I can almost guarantee you he's got a position. But he ain't going to be public about it. And for him to have that thought is because he's in the actual system. And the thing about a Ponzi too is you got to think like everything in cryptos is a Ponzi from what I've experienced. So the entire build on TITANX ecosystem, by design, if ever for any reason the SEC wants to look at TITANX, let's be real here. They're gonna look at the, and it doesn't matter if it's fair launched or anything like that. I'm just being real with you here. I'm in this, right? But from the eyes of like any type of government officials, they're going to see all this, and they don't care that it was fair launched. They don't care that it was, fair distribution. They're going to see that one thing after another was built to prevent the collapse of the system. And the reason why he would say it's a Ponzi, because most people think that one thing gets built, one band-aid after another gets built to combat inflation. Because inflation is bad to the point where it brings the price down. So in a way, you can look at the smart contracts, the machines that are buying and burning the tokens, as a way to combat inflation, which nobody else is doing it, as a way to band-aid the system. Now, it's never been done before on this level. I've never seen it been done before. Reason why I have this thought process, right, is because I talked to somebody who's a crypto attorney who I work with, also with taxes as well. And from a bird's eye, because I get questioned like, okay, I want to know, the question to me was like, okay, so you got your TITANX miners and then it went into this platform and this platform, because the entire team spends all year on my file. I had, again, another year with 50,000 plus transactions. And they are like, okay, so you went into this and that and that. And they want to know, well, why are these built? Why are they using the tokens? Because it's never been seen before. And they understand DeFi better than anyone I've ever spoken to about DeFi. This my guy's team. So it looks like, from people from the outside world that have everything in an Excel spreadsheet like the IRS or the SEC will look at, it looks like it's a big Ponzi. And it really, like Richard Hart with the OA addresses and the way he has, my tax guy was like, bro, you know why Richard Hart has you guys using IPFS, right? And I was like, why? He's like, because it makes it so hard for the government to track. The reason why my taxes took so long is because it's really, really hard. Because you can't just go on chain and upload all this data from the blockchain like you can Etherscan and all that, and verify with your notes. It made it hard for this tax season with having to go this route, because the block explorer for Pulse Chain right now is like broken. It doesn't work right. Like the price oracles that they had to go and use, like everything was like, it wasn't good. But anyways, I could see why B Roots would have made that comment, right? I'm not going to come out here and say, hey, he's funny and all that. Like, I understand where you're coming from, bro. I hear you. I hear you. Now, I hope it's not looked at as a Ponzi, because, I wouldn't willingly want to be supporting that. It's something I've never seen before. Smart contracts are combating inflation and taking it out of the hands of users. Man, it's really, see, the only thing that's going to get the system, I didn't want to talk about this. I'll talk about it. The only thing in this system that is going to officially get the eyes of the SEC, if it does, and listen, I had this conversation with my guy before, right, about the staking, because I wanted to know, for example, for the staking, like any Ethereum that I went in added later, if I can get it as a loss, But the moment that 369 happens for the ecosystem, to me, it's like, dude, this is great. Like, I want TITANX to do well, right? I want TITANX to be a huge success. And 369 ended up being benevolent. The moment that Eric receives this payment, and this is coming from a crypto attorney in general who defends people, big projects against the SEC, and does crypto. He's the pro, man. Because of the 8% that goes to Eric and his team, the moment they get that payout, they have now profited off of investor funds. And I don't want to FUD, right, the entire ecosystem. Because this payout, I can't wait for it to happen so that my HYDRA miners and HYDRA price goes up. But the reason why it becomes that you profited off of investors' money is because the investors created miners. The way I was explained to me was the investors created the miners. That money went into the system for stake payouts, right? And when the users getting it, when the users are receiving that, right, as rewards, it's in a pool. We're getting our own money back, but as somebody who didn't contribute to that, as a developer that made a platform that absorbed all that Ethereum, gets that 8% out of this price, out of this amount, rewarded or gifted. The terms, as far as like if they were to see some kind of legal action, I don't know how they worded it. Maybe 8% to the Genesis wallet or to the team, I forget. Then that becomes a legal thing. That right there, with the moment that 8% goes into Eric's hands, becomes where the SEC can dive in and go, somebody just profited off of investor money, 8%. So when I found that out, I was like, all right, I couldn't stand him at the time. But now I'm like on board and everything's cool. And like, I'd love for him to unblock me and all that. Now I'm like, oh man, like, I don't want this to spoil things. But yeah, unless that money goes and it sits and it contributes to the system, because it might be going to a Genesis wallet. If he takes it and sends it to like other wallets and cashes it out and all that, then that's going to be where Richard Hart is with sacrifice money, taking investor money. Like it's a very like, it doesn't matter that it was launched fair. And that was the legal explanation to me. So now I'm like, now I don't have that attitude where I'm like, good for him. Like, it's because it was investors' money, and you create a system, right? You can participate in the system. Jake Paul made miners and all that. Everyone who participated in the system put money in the pool. But when you get 8% of that cut right there for you and like a team of developers, it came from my money, their money, everyone's money. And you're profiting off investors. So that's how it was explained to me. And I'm hoping like it doesn't get down to that, to be 100% honest with you, because I love this system. I really do. But that's the only aspect of the entire thing as far as what B-Root said about it being a Ponzi and all that, where I understand, like, I get it, man. Maybe he doesn't see that the buy and burns are doing all this stuff, or maybe he knows. It's hard to say. But the only thing I was told, because I want to make sure when I go and talk about this stuff on camera, like, hey, dude, it's like, is this a Ponzi? And they're like, well, on paper, it looks like Band-Aid over Band-Aid. But I'm like, dude, it's burning tokens. It's benefiting investors. And then my guy's like, well, you got a big share that went into this pool. Explain to me how you got diluted. I explained, and I gave him the percentages. Right away, he was just like, that 8% right there, bro, that could be like the whole crack of the system. So I'm hoping he's wrong about that. But yeah. Let's go to Volt, though. We want to keep positive energy. We don't want to talk about the 3-letter word around here. But that's just me being transparent with you of what I was explained. Hey, man, nothing can happen. That's what we're hoping for. That's what you hope for. It's official. Volt has burned 25% of its supply. Holy smokes. 25% of its supply. What is the price of Volt right now? Let's take a look. Price of Volt. What is that? What is that? Damn, Gina. Woohoo! Oh, snaps. Somebody's having some fun right now with that money. Somebody's having some fun right now. Big sell-offs, big sell-offs. They're right now, man, they're out there doing the direct.
I think you're wrong in hell. Watch your mouth without a doubt. Jumping on the
Right? Let's go to the comments. See if it was in the comments. ORX has a cut for developers. Is there a reason he's a clever chap? ORX has no cut for developer. Is this the reason he's a clever chap? Oh yeah, it 100% goes to the buy and burn. So technically, yeah, it should be like there's a Genesis wallet, right? Like no expectations. Like all of it's done is benevolent for TITANX. So when it gets fed into the ecosystem only, like we've seen, unless they go in there and the Genesis wallet's been taking cuts, then I'm pretty sure it's avoidable. But the way like DragonX was pitched was like, I deserve that money because I built. We deserve to get paid, right? Well, the investors didn't ask for that to get built. The investors initially went into the staking to get a share of it. DragonX was designed to dilute everybody and be benevolent, but the 8%, it's not really a lot of money either, But that is something where there's a crack in the system that I was explained to. And when I have these conversations with my guy too, like I'm getting charged, bro. Like we don't sit there and BS. His time is money. That's why I paid him. Man, well, this one we just closed. That's going to be 30,000. He's always supposed to give me a fixed rate. Like first it was 36,000, got him down to 30. Then it was 25, went to 30. It's always because the team has to spend extra time on reviewing stuff because of freaking pulse chain. But anyways, there's no cut in ORX, so he has to. The way you should get paid in crypto, right? Everything is fair launched, fair distribution. The way that you get paid in crypto is by performance. If you want to avoid the SEC, right? And I ask these questions because I go, what if I want to build on TITANX? Well, yeah, you'd have to give 100% of everything that goes in to the system, and you take nothing. You participate and it does well, you get paid on performance. That's where you plug in those gaps where the SEC can come in and be like, hey, you're profiting off of investors' money. You cannot do that. So that's why crypto is like, I don't know where we're going to be with the SEC across the board, man. There's a lot of stuff going on that's going to get regulated. And I don't think it matters who wins. There's got to be some kind of regulation. But the rule of thumb is the way ORX played it, 100% buys and burns. Homie's not making any money unless he participates and it does well. So his incentive is to continue to work and build and make it successful. No pre-mints, none of that, right? So that's the most important thing. So the Genesis for TITANX, I would imagine Jake knows from a legal standpoint and understands, like, I can never cash out this money, right? I'm sure he, like he said publicly, he participates and made his own miners for that reason. Genesis wallet, just like with the OA address, it's never sold with Hex. It can never be used for profit, or else he's done, right? So if the 8% for DragonX gets kicked back into the system fully, then there is nothing to worry about from what I was told. But if it is used like I'm going to get paid for my services and that's my 8%, it's going to my bank and all my people, from what I was explained, no, can't do that. But we'll see what happens. Even if he goes and buys a Lamborghini with it, I ain't going to be no whistleblower about that. I don't care. I don't care what he does. I don't. Love these insights. Appreciate you. Appreciate you too, man. Yeah, you got to know the ins and outs of cryptocurrencies, what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why people tell me, like, make your own coin. I could pay a group of developers and all that. And I can go 100% into the system like ORX, but there's just a lot of things too that like I don't want to hold the responsibility of that. I'm not a developer. If I don't know how to code, I have to depend on somebody else to code, then I'm gonna be upset. And that was the thing about what Steve said the other. You know what? Steve was in Warp Telegram the other day, and in his very words, he said, "My devs," talking about his work, "my devs." And I go, "Oh no," because everything's going around about people that are showing their face in TITANX are just the frontmen, and they're not the developers. Oh, you better be the developer. But I don't know how true that is. That's just going around that people are thinking like a lot of people are not developers, they're just the face. And that rumor's been going on with the Awesome X guy. People are saying that he doesn't know much about crypto, his XRP, he's just the front man. There's a team behind it that we don't see. I don't know. I like Dave though. I like Dave. Dave gets an A+ for me for everything he's doing. But let's go back. So what were we talking about? What are we talking? Oh, HYDRA. HYDRA. Again, look, shout out to Eric. Unblock me. Unblock me. I'm with you, man. I'm with you, but I know he won't block me ever. Here's the ROIs though. ROI right here, 28.28%. 88-day miner, 289%, baby. Let's go. So does anybody have any questions before we end the live stream? Questions, concerns, statements, shout outs, anything at all. Forever hold your peace. Nothing? Nobody? Should I just daddy chill?
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
I love that video. All right, guys. Let's see. Anything super exciting besides Viper? Or ORX lending coming out. It's probably bigger than that for me. Can you check Phoenix white paper? You got a link for the Phoenix white paper? I don't know what that is. Phoenix white paper. You'd have to send me a link. I've never heard of it. Maybe you can link it in chat. Link it in chat. I can take a look. Anybody know what Phoenix is? There's a lot of stuff out there, man. I don't know. Docs. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a Lotus review coming up soon. Docs.phoenix.win. Docs.phoenix.win. Did I spell that wrong? I must have spelled it wrong. Phoenix. Phonics. Oh, I put a comma. Hold on, I'll pull it up, guys. All right. No, I did it wrong again. Phoenix.win. Okay. Take a look at this. How much HYDRA to be a whale? Let's go take a look really quick. So to be a HYDRA whale, we're going to look at the stats page down here. Where is that information? It was here somewhere. I'm going to pull it up. Dun, dun, dun. Mike Deans. So HYDRA. I had it here before. I'm going to need to see real quick. Where did that information go? Mike Dean, where did you put it? It was on here before. I had the whole layout for this. Let me see. HYDRA. Yeah, before you'd be able to scroll down to Mike Dean's thingamabobs. Unique users. I don't know what happened to that. Weird. It was part of this system. You'd scroll down and be able to see that. Maybe he might have took it out. He might have took it out. I don't know. I have no clue where that went. So I don't know how I can answer that question. You used to be able just to click around and see that bad boy right there, tell you how many you need to be a squid, how much you need to be this. Maybe it's under the public dashboards. Let's see. And we got one more thing in regards to that question. I don't know, man. I'll have to ask Mike Dean, what happened, bro? What happened? All that information about being a squid in the whale is gone? Yeah, it looks like it is. Beats me then. I tried. I know other ones had it too. Like you'd be able to see like Helios. Yeah. He took it out. All right. We need that alpha on getting more vault, dog. Are you buying vault at these levels? Expect more sell-offs when Lotus comes out in November. Yeah, probably more sell-offs. I'll buy the dips. Do you think you have enough tink? All right. So the Phoenix white paper. We're at the end of the stream, so I'll have to do this tomorrow. I have to review it before I sit here. I don't want to look stupid, you know. So I've never heard of it. I'll save it. We can review it during tomorrow's stream. We'll talk about it. Flux stake, TITANX stake, Blaze stake, Phoenix by Burn. Yeah, there's a whole lot to it. So I'll review this, and then we'll figure out, you know, what we might do with this Phoenix. Yeah, I'll need some time to review that. We'll cover it tomorrow, column, and go from there. How much? Yeah, I'm going to try again. Let me try again. The dashboard had this information, bro. The dashboard had this information. You would just click Hydra. You'd skip to the bottom, right? And everything was all fine and dandy. Everything was all good. You can see it down here. I wonder what the F happened. I wonder what in the world. Yeah. Library panels. Oh, okay. I think total supply dashboards, total X holders change. So I think I would type like Hydra maybe here. No. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. View and panel. Yeah. I have to play around with it. Once I fix that, because that's going to bother me, I'll take a look at that tomorrow. Move on from there. Should have it. Day 369 benefit Hydra for sure. And yeah, Colin, we'll get that tomorrow. So don't forget to pound the like button. Drop a comment. Till next time, we'll do it again. Yeah, dog.
Lady of the faucet, just get it. Yeah. It's R2R. Back to riches. 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 Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the chart. In the loot, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. With a drip and pause. Got these dogs and pigeons, farm me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich, hard and I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the shore. I'm up to the core. It's R2R. Back to riches. 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 Back to riches, back to riches.